you can get a VA loan, but the process of that is you have to be in for 6 years, I believe it was. And when the time I was coming up to get the VA loan, I was at like almost 6 years, so I had to wait for a little bit. Then I got that 2000. I think it was like the end of 2018. That's when I finally was able to get that VA loan.
So you basically went from negative 90K in net worth to homeowner with 40K in net worth in about 2 years. That's pretty solid. That's going to be pretty hard to
Yeah.
beat for most people.
Yeah, and I think that if I could just interject one thing that,
Mhm.
and I'm going to go over this. I'm in my next video. The net worth update is going to be kind of the theme of the video. So if anybody's seeing this is kind of preview. A lot of the things that I did, none of them have to do with my college degree. Like enlisting in the army. Anybody with able body and able mind can do that. Like the side jobs that I've done, like the Uber, the Airbnb, that's not like, you don't have to have the college degree for that. Like all the different sacrifices that I made, like most of them, as I haven't written out the video yet, but almost nothing that I've done is special to like me or something that not anybody could do. Like I took a night job, like the night job pays more, like it sucks. I decided like, okay, I'm going to do this. It sucks for now. And anybody could do that. So I think I like the story that I have to share, because it's empowering, because it's not like, oh, well, he had a college degree, or he
Yeah,
had this special thing or that special thing.
it's not unobtainable.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that I did had nothing to do with the fact that I got a college degree. Like it had everything to do with you know, just deciding like, all right, this is gonna suck it up and just do it.
And I'm sure you did a lot to control your expenses as well, because a lot of people, as their income grows, their expenses grow too, and then they're just stuck in the same spot, just with a nicer car. So, how did you control your expenses through this? Assuming you did, I'm making a decent assumption there. What did you have, like a budget going into each month? Do you not have a budget at all, and you just try to spend as little as possible? What's your approach going into a month?
Yeah. So my approach, more so than budgeting or like hard, like, oh, we're done for the month. Like I've spent, 350 and the target for food is like 400 a month. I more do tracking, so I always make kind of the sports analogy where, um, like, cause I did long jump and triple jump in college. So you don't really like count how many steps you're taking and be like, okay, like that's very mechanical. I would more track it so that you're more conscious of your spending. You're like, okay, how did this month feel? Which is kind of weird to say, like, how did this month feel and what did you end up spending? And you kind of start to make that connection between like, all right, I went a little crazy this month. I probably spent about 600, to bring it back to the track analogy, it's like, I ran that one a little bit faster. I probably was over the board. I don't know if anybody identifies with that kind of thinking, but that's the difference between like tracking and budgeting. Like if you're running in the long jump, and anybody that runs track out there can probably identify with this. Like if you just look down at the board, you're running slower. Like your energy is focused on that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
your energy could be focused elsewhere if you would make it a subconscious process.
it's kind of like reflecting and then creating sort of a central theme, and then that
Right.
theme powers your decisions later on, rather than trying to decide everything beforehand and have this regimented list of budget items that you have to follow, and then it becomes very mechanical, like you were suggesting.
Yeah. It's like,
Okay.
where's your mental energy at that point? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a lot easier to just kind of have a central theme and try to stick by the one theme rather than trying to stick by 100 different line items. Not that a budget couldn't help you to visualize things, but to try and live a life by a budget can be very difficult.